I've just been busted by Big Brother, publicly humiliated in front of a crowd of strangers. No, it wasn't the television show. It happened in the main street of town where everyone is monitored 24 hours a day. One small step out of line and you're in strife. Welcome to the future, a world of global high-tech surveillance where no one can hide. Whether you're innocent or guilty, the authorities can keep tabs on you. Use a credit card, drive down to the shops, log on to your computer. Chances are someone's watching you. And that's just the beginning. You'll be horrified at what they already know, what they'll be able to find out about you. In Middlesbrough, England, you don't dare step out of line.
Could the young lady in the dark coloured jacket and the light coloured trousers please pick your cup up and put it in the rubbish bins provided?
Here, the town's 150,000 citizens are not only under 24-hour surveillance, they're being publicly shamed into minding their manners.
Thank you.
21 of the town's 200 CCTV cameras have speakers, and from what looks like mission control, the stern voice of authority rings out like a vigilant parent.
Please remember to put your litter in the rubbish bins provided. Or you could face a fine of £80. Remember CCTV are monitoring. Thank you.
It really is a step up from monitoring to Big Brother.
It has become a name and shame, and people don't like being pointed out.
So public humiliation works.
Yes, it
And
does.
that's what you're doing.
Virtually, yes. But don't forget, littering is a crime.
You're publicly slapping them.
You could say that, yes.
Is it official? Big Brother has arrived?
I think it has arrived. In a way, we're living in a science fiction future, but most of us don't realise that it's happened, or the speed of technology which has enabled it to happen.
Never in history have our private lives been more publicly observed. From CCTV to the internet, our every move can be tracked. But we've always been told Big Brother was there to protect us. Surveillance certainly makes us feel safer and has solved crimes that would otherwise have gone unsolved.
I think if you went through life never knowing what had actually happened, as some people do, I think that would be terrible, that would be worse.
If it wasn't for technology, Estella and John Price may never have seen justice for their son Tom. This is the last time Tom, a 31-year-old lawyer, was seen alive.
They'd been working and he'd been for a drink with some friends afterwards, just to wrap up really, and so he got the tube train back to where he lived with his girlfriend. Tom
never made it. He was stabbed to death by two of these gang members for £20, a mobile phone and his train card. How has life changed?
You know, somehow when Tom came home, our family kind of felt complete. I don't know how to say it. So that's always around.
Tom's train card was the key to tracking down his killers. You see, each one of these is embedded with an identification chip, storing the details of its owner. So when Tom's murderers used this card, they were effectively leading the police to them.
So this is the morning after Tom has been murdered, and he's gone to the same train station, and what you can see here is that he's tried to use the card.
Combining all available technologies, it took just 6 days for Detective Chief Superintendent Julian Worker to catch Tom's killers. Further CCTV checks revealed the same men had committed hundreds of robberies in a 6-month crime spree.
Once he does that, you then know that that's Tom's card, do you?
We've got the usage time. We've then married the two together with the CCTV.
So without him even realising, he's starting to give himself up.
Absolutely.
The beauty of technology.
It does help. It certainly helped in this investigation.
But these days, you don't have to be a criminal to be under observation. Every one of us is constantly monitored every day of our lives. And Australia is only just catching up to places like the UK. It's estimated that every time a Londoner steps outside, they're monitored by surveillance cameras up to 300 times a day. The UK is the most watched place in the world, with nearly 5 million CCTVs. That's about 1 camera for every 12 people.
I'm horrified. I'm horrified.
So you're saying to me that what started out as a reasonable thing to do has crept much further. It's by stealth come under the door.
Yeah. And I just think, how dare they?
Author Henry Porter is one of many who believe the intrusion of everyday surveillance has gone too far.
There are cameras over there, there. Behind us is a globe camera. There's probably cameras down that street.
I have no objection to a surveillance camera in an underground, underpass or in a car park or anything, because it protects people. It actually does deter crime, and I have no contest with that. But I mean, the current year, we've got about 1 in 17 people in the whole British population, so that includes children as well, have been under some kind of official surveillance. That means emails intercepted, phone calls intercepted, maybe some sort of discreet watch on their house and their movements.
Did you say 1 in 17?
1 in 17.
If you think that's extraordinary, it's nothing to what the future may hold. It won't matter where you are in the world. An era of global surveillance is upon us, and there'll be nowhere to hide.
Here's the whole world, and the nice thing about this is I can spin the world like that. And here, why don't we go to where you guys are in Sydney, right?
From an office in Boston, Adam Bogue is using his diamond touch table to show me how satellite surveillance could potentially pinpoint any of us anywhere on Earth.
Look at that. The heart of Sydney, basically. And it's as simple as that. It's just the touch of a fingertip, isn't it?
Once on the ground, CCTV cameras could take over to track an individual on the street. Then, face recognition technology would identify who you are and everything about you.
So from the video footage, we can extract their facial appearance and also their facial shape, and then match that to a database of shapes and appearances that we would have. And if there is a match, we would obviously find who that person is.
At Boston's Cambridge University, Hans-Peter Pfister is developing 3D face recognition so sophisticated it will soon be possible to create a database of all of us, made from the happy snaps we post on sites like Facebook.
Not Big Brother?
Obviously, everybody is afraid of Big Brother. That is absolutely true. I think Big Brother is already happening. The question is, how do we deal with it? And what policies do we have so that we can still maintain the little privacy that we do have?
All the technology we've seen could one day converge at a central control point like this, the New York Police Department's real-time crime centre.
It truly does look a bit like we'd seen in the movies.
Yeah,
In this futuristic headquarters, the latest surveillance and information technologies come together.
We do a background check on them anyway.
This, to me, is really one of the most exciting things that we have going within the police department. First high-tech crime-fighting system out there.
Inspector Kenneth McKeel and his team can combine satellite and CCTV footage with phone or medical records, cross-reference internet details with criminal histories. CCTV, satellite, you're able to pull all these things in if you need to.
Correct. If you see, we get actual live feeds, out in the field. We can see what's going on.
This is the 21st century.
This is the real thing. I've been many years, close to 30 years on this job, and I was in the day of carbon paper and a lot of loose papers and computer systems that didn't work together well, and it was a lot of footwork. We're eliminating time, and we're locking people up that really deserve to be locked up.
The result? In the last 5 years, murders in New York have dramatically dropped from 2,000 a year to 500. But Henry Porter wonders how much of our privacy we've surrendered for success like that. Is it a case now that we're all under suspicion?
Yeah, there is now this strange conversion which happened, which is that the citizen has to prove him or herself to the state endlessly, rather than the state assuming that the citizen is basically well-intentioned and innocent.
But some citizens are embracing the age of Big Brother. In Rotterdam, Holland, nightclub owner John Van Gallen has introduced a system of microchipping for his VIP patrons. It's almost like barcoding people.
Yeah, it is, because every chip got a number, and the number corresponds to the name and the picture. That's the way it is, yeah, it is.
The microchip has to be surgically inserted under the skin, which means you'll have to have it cut out if you want it removed. Did it hurt getting the chip in? Okay, can I have a look?
Yeah, of course.
It feels like a little grain of rice.
It's a rice, yeah.
Irving has had the chip for the past 4 years. Every time he buys a drink, he's scanned. And, like a human ATM, money comes off his account. You don't feel like you're giving up a little bit of your privacy, do you?
No. Yeah. It's just nice to have. You can say, I have a chip in my arm. I'm the first one in all the world. I have a chip, and yeah.
Remember CCTV and monitoring. Thank you.
Big Brother is here to stay. And in Middlesbrough, it's something the locals have learned to live with. Jack Bonner argues it's changed community behaviour and made his town a better place.
We are not here to infringe your liberty. We're not interested in infringing your privacy. We won't be looking through your bedroom window or your living room window.
People do not understand that this is happening to them. It's like growing old, you don't often realise it. And I think it will be, a decade before we really understand how our society's changed.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinford. Thank you for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes, which are on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.